Okay, y'all, welcome back to the show. Before we run the intro, I'm just going to give you guys a quick heads up. So, on June 26th, Joe Doering passed away. He was 44 years old and he had brain cancer. So, if you're a TNA fan or an All Japan fan, then you know exactly who Joe Doering was. He's a two-time Triple Crown champion in All Japan, a four-time AJW World Tag Team Champion, two-time TNA Tag Team Champion. He beat cancer once, it came back and wrestled again, and then this time he just succumbed to the disease. Maple Leaf Pro announced it and that he passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family. And during Slammiversary a few weeks ago, TNA dedicated a 10-bell salute to him. And then Cody Deaner came out, took the mask off, and gave him three words: loyalty, passion, and strength. So rest in peace, Joe. I wanted to make sure I gave that the time it needed. And we'll let the intro go and we're going to jump into the show. All right. It's been a long, long time since we've come live. It's been 2 weeks. And in that 2 week span, actually 3 weeks, if we're counting this week, a lot has happened. We're going to do our best to go over everything. And I mean everything. We're going to cover everything from New Japan to AEW to WWE, even Ring of Honor, TNA. I'm going to do my best to make sure you guys can hear everything and cover everything. Nicole is here. Alexis is out. Janae is out, but we do have Don, and he will pop in, I guess, when he can. So everybody say hi, and then we'll get started. Hello.
Period.
There we go.
Sorry, I thought you could hear me.
All right. So let's get started with Night of Champions. We're not going to take this out and drag this out and make it too long because Night of Champions has come and gone. But just for the sake of our podcast, we were supposed to cover it that week after, and some shit was happening in my home, and there was just no way I was going to be able to do that. So apologies, but we're giving it to you now. The results are as follows. The King of the Ring finals went to Obafemi. We all thought that Obafemi was going to be the one to suffer a loss via Brock Lesnar, but they didn't play it out that way. We'll get to how it worked itself out. A lot of people aren't happy about that, but it is what it is. He defeated Jay Uso pretty easily, and to be honest, it wasn't a bad match. The boys did okay. Jay Uso actually was able to stand the test of time this time. He wasn't as exhausted as he normally is, but Obafemi did best him in the ring. Queen of the Ring final went to Io Sky. She defeated Liv Morgan. And then after the match was over, she immediately selected Liv Morgan as her opponent at SummerSlam. Now, what's great to note is that Danhausen cursed Liv Morgan right before her match. So gotta love Danhausen.
Thoughts and prayers.
Right. There was a steel cage match between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. And a lot of people thought Braun Breaker was going to take this one. But in
I
all
did so too.
actuality, Seth Rollins was the one who picked up the W. And again, you'll find out why this all worked out in Rollins' favor, given how things have turned out going into SummerSlam. And then finally, we have the United States titles. Both U.S. titles were defended. Trick Williams defended his title against Ricky Saints. A decent match between the two men, but Trick was able to fend off Ricky Saints. And then we had Tiffany Stratton facing off against Jade Cargill. This also was a fun match because prior to this, Jade Cargill had cost Charlotte Flair her opportunity at the Queen of the Ring tournament. And because of this, Charlotte owed Jade Cargill a receipt, and she made good on that receipt She took out both of the baddies in BFAB and Leechin and cost Jade Cargill an opportunity at the U.S. title, thus giving Tiffany Stratton the win over the Queen Baddie.
You know how you gotta piss somebody off? This and AJ did this mess too. You know
Mm-hmm.
how crazy you are, how bad you have to piss them off to get on a fucking long ass plane like that?
To go all the way to Saudi
The
just
Saudi fucking Arabia. That, and you're sitting there for what was it, 12-hour flight probably? 10?
mhm, for a 10-minute spot.
That's crazy. You need to
Mhm.
start thinking about some shit you did. If somebody is that upset with you that they're gonna sit and think about, because they're, what else are they gonna think about? Well, I mean, they can sleep. I sleep on planes. I don't like flying, but still. And
Real
we can
talk, it
continue.
wasn't really
I just had to
close
notate that.
because Charlotte didn't really do anything to Jade. They just was talking, and she made Jade is the one who attacked Charlotte first. I want that to be very clear because this will make sense later on down the line when we start talking about SmackDown. The main event was Cody Rhodes' undisputed title in a triple threat. It was Sami Zayn versus Cody versus Gunther. And it was Sami Zayn who ended up becoming the victor. He finally got the title that has eluded him his entire career. But don't get too happy yet because shit hit the fan about 9 days afterwards. And we'll explain that in a minute too. Because, like I said, a lot has been happening within the last couple of days, let alone weeks. Now, after this was all over, Gunther confronted Nick Aldis and they got into a confrontation. This caused Nick Aldis and Gunther both to be suspended, and both of them were under investigation. Pending said investigation, neither one of them was allowed to be in the building for SmackDown. That caused Adam Pearce to be the one to take over for SmackDown that week. That's important for where we're going after this. Now, we have no questions when it comes to that because we already know the answers to said questions. Now, that weekend, there were three other shows that went live that had PLEs. So we're going to head into Slammiversary. TNA Slammiversary results went as follows. Okay. Let me take down this one. Nick Nemeth faced off against Mike Santana, and he defeated him as he cashed in his Collier Shot trophy. He is now your new champion. He is a two-time TNA World Champion. The Knockouts World title. Hey, you good? You good? The Knockouts World title was defended by Lei Ying Lee. She was competing against her former friend Zaya Brookside. That title also changed hands, and Zaya Brookside is the new Knockouts champion. The World Tag Team Championships were the World Tag titles for TNA were defended in a four-way ladder match. The Broken Hardys defeated the System, the Righteous, and the Great Hands. They have become what I think a 3 or 4 time TNA champion now. Within the last 3 years, they've been champion at least 3 or 4 times. Love that for them, I guess. The X Division title, Cedric Alexander or Prime Alexander retained his championship. He defeated Leon Slater, Frankie Kazarian, Mr. Elegance, Fabian Eichner, Casey Navarro, and Amazing Red. Amazing Red was also given the his title against Apollo. Apollo Crews showed up, but he goes by a different name, and I can't remember what his name is in TNA.
It's Nation.
It's what? You click.
Uha Nation. Like with the U.
Okay. He goes by Uha Nation, so apologies for not having that all the way through there. I'm sorry. But Uha Nation went up against Mustafa Ali, but Mustafa was able to retain his championship despite going up against Uha. Okay. Then there was a no surrender match with Moose and Eddie Edwards. And Moose with JDC was able to defeat Eddie Edwards. Elijah defeated AJ Francis. This means that he keeps the rights to his own name, likeness, and his music catalog. That was the stipulation in that match. I guess that they would own the rights to fucking nuts. Okay. But that was your TNA Slammiversary show. Now, there is an elephant in the room. Mike Santana's contract situation was up in the air. He has not re signed with TNA and does not plan to. From what I understand, WWE is very interested in Mike Santana. And Amazing Red, of course, he wrestled his first match in TNA in 2011, and they've decided to induct him into the Hall of Fame. So, congratulations to Amazing Red, and good luck to Mike Santana wherever he ends up. Okay. Um, Moving on to the next show. NXT Great American Bash. It happened on Sunday, same night as TNA Slammiversary. Slammiversary, if I recall, came on at 3 in the afternoon. It started at 3. Bash emanated from the Performance Center and it was broadcast on the CW network. This is the first NXT PLE that was broadcast on the network. The results are as follows. The NXT Men's Championship, Tony D'Angelo defeated Naraku, despite the fact that he was bandaged up from the fireball attack that Naraku um, did to him prior to this match. He still was able to defeat Naraku either way. Zarya defeated Tatum Paxley for the final time, I guess, in her match against Tatum. Miles Bourne defeated Tavion Heights. In my opinion, this was one of the best matches of the night. It was fun. It was energetic. It was a good time. Ren Sinclair, she's the WWE Women's Speed Champion. She defeated Ariana Grace, and Saquon Sugars defeated Dion Lennox. And despite that defeat, Saquon got beat down by Dark State. And when I say that they beat them down, I haven't seen him. He's been gone for a couple weeks. Given the fact that he was beaten up the way that he was, is to make this long story short, Dion Lennox talked a lot of shit about exposing Saquon, and that didn't happen. So it's very interesting. I am interested in that story between them two. Shiloh Hill defeated Tristan Angels, and then they had the main event. NXT Women's Champion Lola Vice was defeated by Kendall Gray, and Kendall Gray became the new champion. Okay, if you don't know, Kendall Gray was a collegiate wrestler, and she came out in Kurt Angle inspired gear. Love that for you.
The worst night of my life. So fucking unfortunate.
I ain't
And
got
I
nothing
knew they
nice to
were gonna
say,
do
so
that as soon as I saw she
I'm
had a
gonna,
match on
leave it at that.
AAA, I was like, oh, she finna lose the next day. I kept not Mexican. I kept Cuban hope alive. But it
Yeah,
didn't work.
she lost her. She won her AAA match. She was defending the NXT Women's Championship in AAA. I think it was against Flamer or one of the girls in that group that hangs out with Flamer. Either way, she was able to win due to some help that she had in AAA. AAA is excellent, by the way. You should really watch it. And they have commentators who translate for you. They have captions you can pull up that will translate as well. It's a very good show. If you haven't been watching it, you should. We're moving on to the fourth show that happened that weekend. It's AEW and New Japan's collaboration show, Forbidden Door. All right. The results are as follows. The Young Bucks defeated Team El Sky Team, which is Mystico and Mascara Dorada, and Unbound Co., which is Shingo Takagi and Titan. Kenny Omega defeated Zack Sabre Jr. and the AEW Continental title. John Moxley but whatever. AEW World Tag Team titles. This is where things got a little bit interesting. Copeland and Cage defeated the Dogs, and this was the return of none other than Jay White.
Girl, when I say I scream, I feel really bad for our neighbor sometimes. Because I don't know what he tweeted. He tweeted something. I was like, oh my God, he gonna show up. And I was like, but then I like completely blanked because I got into the show. The show was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't like really think anything about it. And I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. He was out for like a year.
Yeah, he was gone for a while. Then
More power to him.
Before we get to the finals of the Owen Hart Cup, we have the 12-man steel cage match. Team MJF did defeat Team Mark Briscoe.
No, the Briscoes won.
Andrade turned face and Leo Rush was smuggled in via a hockey bag. It's very weird. But it was an interesting thing. I will say I didn't like Leo Rush's character as it is, but I will say that it's a trust the process type of character. So it's grown on me, and I think it's an interesting character.
Agreed. I think noticing, like realizing that he's really committing to it.
Yeah, he's fully.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm a rock with you because you're committed. And that one thing I appreciate about a wrestler, and that's what one things I like about wrestling, is a committed ass bitch.
I agree.
He's committed, so I'm a root for you.
I think he's going full. He's fully immersed in the character, and that's fine. And it's different. It's not anything we've ever seen before. And I like a dark character because sometimes dark entity characters make things interesting.
Agreed. You could do a lot with them. You can make them like spooky.
Yeah.
Or you can make them like, yeah, you can do a lot with that. I agree.
So I apologize. Team Briscoe beat Team MJF.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrade turned face in the match, which was very interesting. The Don Callis family, was that on MJF's team? Is that who was?
Yes, Don Callis. He gave Don Callis a shit ton of money to have them on his team because obviously MJF has no friends.
Well, yeah.
But then Andrade was feeling. I can't believe I watched AEW Weekly. That's real crazy to me. But basically, Andrade has been feeling some type of way for a while because he felt like, Don Callis wasn't really trying to like help him get to where he needs to be. He was like, I'm trying to be world champion. And he's like, what the fuck are we doing with MJF? And I'm trying to be world champion, and you're telling me all this song and dance that you're gonna get me there. Like, no, you ain't really trying that hard to get me there. And once he saw that Don Callis, which I don't know why he was surprised by Don Callis getting bought out for money. I don't know why he was so appalled because that's Don Callis.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off because I felt like I don't know why he was acting so bamboozled about it. So I thought that was kind of stupid on his part. But besides that, yeah, he was just upset because he's like, all right, I'm trying to get somewhere and we're just gonna play like lapdog for MJF. Like, he's like, what is this? Like, we're like quote unquote supposed to be like this big bad group and we could just get bought off by this lame like this. And that's when he was like, oh no, we gotta wrap this up.
So we love that for him. Now we have the main events. The women's Owen Hart Cup final. Mercedes Moné defeated Maya World to become a I don't like this. It's no shade to Mercedes. It's fine. Mercedes is Mercedes. But you did all of this to push Maya World through, give her this big platform and opportunity. I feel like you should have let her win. I don't think Mercedes needed to win the Owen Hart Cup again. She could have gotten a title shot somewhere else. But I guess they wanted her to headline All In again. But if we're being honest, this is the way WWE would book it. And I think that you should steer clear of this kind of booking. I don't mind you selling tickets. Mercedes could still be on the card. She could still cause and wreak enough havoc to get into this. I just feel like you should have went with Maya World. You could have really built her up into a major star and a major challenger for that title. I think
The
that
only
you
way I'm gonna be okay with this if she beats Athena for that title, which I can't believe. I honestly think that's where they're going.
if that's
Um,
where they go, then I'm
I'm
okay.
I'm thinking that's where because it's like Athena's very bothered by Maya. She was very bothered at the both post matches. She made comments about her again. And I think I honestly I probably should start watching Ring of Honor a lot more. And I believe Maya like popped up or something, and they have Ring of Honor is one like their big pay-per-view is coming up soon as well. So
Okay.
I'm like, I was like, I think this is where they're going. I think that's where they should go. I think that's where they should go. Have Athena drop it. She's been a Ring of Honor for fucking long enough. Have her take a
Yeah.
break, like a month, 2 months, just so you can like slightly, and I don't mean forget in like a bad way, like so you could just like
You
slightly
can
like
miss her.
yeah, so you can miss her. Take her off that, and then have her debut on Dynamite fully attacking someone. Boom, her next feud. And then have her start making her way consistently on that TV and winning those titles.
And we're not
Because
winning
she
the
low key
TBS
should be
title.
a TBS
Yeah.
champion, and she
Yeah.
also needs to eventually be AEW Women's Champion. Honestly, she could hold both of them fucking titles at the same time. To me, that makes sense
That's
for her.
fair.
To me, honestly, her holding 5 million belts makes more sense to me than fucking Mercedes. If we want to be real about it,
Oh, child. We're not even gonna go there because we'll be here all night.
I'm sorry to y'all Mercedes fans, but if we want to keep it a
We're
buck
being honest.
out of the women, that would make sense to me. If I saw Athena walking down the street, I said with 12 titles, I said, you know what, that makes sense actually, and go about my day.
Well, speaking of the women's world title, Thekla did defeat the Starlight
Fantastic match, by the way.
is a very, very interesting heel. I really like her as a heel.
I love Tekla. I would let Tekla do whatever she wanted. I don't believe in being a stay-at-home wife. Actually, no, I'm lying. I would love to be a stay-at-home wife. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't like working. Um, I would love to be Mrs. Thekla. I would love to be a stay-at-home wife for my little crazy Austrian woman. I will do the cooking. I'll do the cleaning. Make sure her art room is organized. I would make sure her jewelry is all clean because she loves jewelry. I'll make sure she always got cash out for when she wants to go to the strip club. I will make sure the house is in order.
Period. Finally, we have the main event. The men's Owen Hart London, Wembley, and go after the AEW Men's Championship. After the match, the Death Riders came out and celebrated with Will Ospreay, which was very interesting.
I told you.
It's very interesting indeed.
They gonna jump him in that gang, I'm telling you.
Now, there's a lot going on in AEW just for shits and gigs. You've got the Death Riders actively working to recruit Will Ospreay. And the question I have to ask is, do you think that this is a sign that Will Ospreay is going to turn and join the Death Riders? Or is this going to be their way of starting a feud with Ospreay in the end?
I think it's very low hanging fruit for him to be the baby face, in my opinion, with
Mm-hmm.
this. Especially since Osprey has been a baby face the entire time he's been there. And he can do both. I know he was like a heel when I was quote unquote when he was like still signed to New Japan. But I kind of don't count that because again, he was at a different company when popping up there. So I think easy for him to be the I'm gonna stand up, but also that's what you have Kenny Omega for.
We'll get to Kenny Omega.
Love that for my king. That's what you got. Hangman Page is back on TV. It looks
He
like
is
he's a
back.
face again.
Mm-hmm.
Go. That's it. You don't need on for for that company, especially since they only have like one quote unquote main show. You don't need more than like for the men's, like for the main card division. To me, you only really need two top baby face. And to be honest, you could say three because Darby would low key, even though he wrestles crazy, he is a face. Like he is a baby face because he's always like stand up for someone. Like he's always running out. Like he is, even though it's packaged weird, he is also a baby face. So there's three of them. We don't really need more than like obviously you're gonna have other baby faces, but you don't need more than three.
Not at the top.
Yes, not at the tippy top. You don't need more than three.
Okay.
Turn Will. He's better as a heel, low key.
I think they are
Turn him.
going to turn him. I
Turn
do.
him. Turn him and turn his lady.
Who is his lady?
Alex Windsor. She's in a tag team right now. I feel like that would also make her like slightly more interesting. She's a good wrestler, but she's like a actually she really reminds me of Kendall Gray actually. But she's not, she don't piss me off as much as Kendall Gray is right now. But she's a really good wrestler. She was I honestly, if no one's very any familiar with her, I would really look up her stuff in Stardom and independent scene. She's a really great wrestler. She was, I think she didn't wrestle for a little bit when
By
her
Kingo.
fiance passed away.
Oh.
Or was that her boyfriend? I can't remember. I think they were just boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh, goodness.
But the actually, I'm not even going to get them getting together is a little bit messy in my opinion, but neither here nor there. But yeah, I would. She has like a couple really great stuff in Stardom, especially. So I think she has like a couple stuff here and there in Marigold.
Okay. So we're going to transition into AAA. Because AAA has some very interesting things down there. Okay. Now, there's a timeline here that we're going to go over really quickly because on June 30th, El Hijo del Vikingo, one of the biggest stars in AAA, blew out his knee while prepping for his NXT match against EK Prosper. This happened backstage. This wasn't during the match. Then on July 3rd on SmackDown, Vikingo still worked his match with Rey Fenix and he lost the AAA Cruiserweight title match. It didn't look like he had a knee issue during that match, so that's interesting. Now on July 6th, Vikingo. What happened?
I said that just shows what kind of performer he is.
And Rey Mysterio says he's out for many, many weeks. This is a serious knee injury. He lost 6 months to a knee injury in 2024. It was a torn meniscus and he had ligament damage. match.
So
So
he's
this is
probably gonna be
not
out
good.
for he's gonna
Yeah,
be
he's gonna be out for a while.
he's gonna be
He-
out for maybe a year. Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
gosh,
had
I
really bad
hate
knee
that.
problems prior to this. So having a knee issue now, and he blew it out just prepping for an NXT match. So this is serious. Okay. Now on July 11th, this was last night when they had their show last night. Dorian Roldan tried to just hand the vacated AAA Latin American title to Omos. He tried to give it to him to make him be the transitional champion. And Rey Mysterio, who currently is the GM, forced Omos to give it up, and he officially vacated the belt. A new champion is set to be crowned, and an announcement will be coming later on this week. Now, Rodon threatened in the Latin American title, which personally, I wouldn't mind letting Damien go down there and tear some shit up. I mean, his woman been down there for
Yeah.
him. So let him go down there and do some shit.
Can I
Also,
say
lad,
something?
what you say, Diamond?
I said, can I say something?
Sure.
I know it's been like a week since Damien has been there.
Mm,
He ain't did shit.
mm-mm.
But can I just say he looks amazing under the
Yeah.
Triple A lights. I don't know what kind of lighting y'all doing there in Mexico, but everybody looks great under those lights, and they come back over here, and it's like,
The lights are not. It's a little darker in the arena for AAA, and they have
mhm.
them. They're. I'll put it this way: the lights are made for the Latin American community to be able to look that way.
Okay.
So
It
you know how
looks.
like we would watch Insecure and Issa Rae was talking about how when they filmed, she wanted to make the girls and the guys on the show look like their skin looked the best, so they had to adjust the lighting.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Looks great. I looked at his cameo shot yesterday. I said, "Oh, you're glowing a little bit."
It looks good.
Okay, Lola.
Um, right. Also, last night, Mini Vikingo defeated Dragon Lee and Jack Cartwheel to become the number one contender for Ray Phoenix's cruiserweight title at Veranda de Escandalo. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up, but
That
English is
match
my
was
first
crazy,
language.
start to finish.
It was a good match because I didn't get to see it.
It was insane. Like they were getting like as soon as the bell rang, they was into it.
Who the hell is Jack Cartwheel?
Non-stop.
White boy in the match. Who is it?
Rico could tell you more about him if he was here, but he's somebody that's on the indies. His
Ah,
his set is kind of like more high flying kicking, but it's a lot of acrobats in his set. And it's not
hmm.
bad.
Okay.
It's not
Well,
bad. He's actually
good.
hard hitting. I would say he's kind of along the lines of like I don't want to get it wrong, but Mike Speedball. They're kind of similar. I want to say.
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio, the AAA as Ethan would say it, mega champion,
The triple
challenged Los Perros del Mal to a tag match with El Grande Americano as his partner. Uh, I don't know how I feel about that. Ah, okay. Here's where I'm having some issues. El Grande Americano is the number one contender for the mega title, and he is set to compete against Dominic Mysterio on September 13th and September 11th. I think it's going to be on the 13th because they have a 2 night event for Triple Mania. It starts on the 11th and it finishes out on the 13th. And there's a co branded show between AAA and NXT on August 30th in Edinburgh, Texas. But the next show is a 3 week TV special that starts on called the Verano de Escandalo. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to let y'all figure that out. You can Google it. Now, I have a few questions because I have not been watching AAA and you guys have. So, the biggest star in AAA, or one of the biggest stars in AAA, got hurt preparing for a developmental match, right? That's what happened with Vikingo. Do you think that that TKO and AAA are overworking the roster? Or is it just dumb luck for Vikingo to get injured preparing for a match?
Don't piss me off.
Oh my gosh.
These damn fireworks.
I'm saying, like, do you guys think that if they're overworking the stars in AAA, using them just a little bit too much, or do you think it was just a pure accident that Vikingo got injured?
I
Um,
mean, I think it's like an accident because I feel like it's not really a thing. Like, yeah, there's quite a few of them that hop, hop shows on. Say like Bailey's like a really good example. Don's one. Lizzie Rain was just like on main event the other day, but
Yeah, she
also
was.
they're not really doing live events and all that like they used to as well. Like
yeah.
I was watching Chris Van Vliet's I still haven't finished. I'm like halfway through interview with Finn Balor, and he was
I just
talking
finished it.
about, and there was a lot of it was talking about like obviously like how long Finn's been doing this, and Finn is a lot closer to 50 than he is to his early 40s.
Right.
And the one thing, and he was talking about, Chris was asking him like, how long have you been ace, like how have you been able to do this for so long, and how long do you plan on doing this for so long? And then one of the big things that he's mentioned, especially when talking about like his home life balance, with which I thought that was really sweet, like there's like a segment when he was like talking about his wife. It was like really sweet, and he was saying out like he's like, even if he only has 20 hours, he goes home for that 20 hours so he could see her.
I don't blame
um
him.
yeah, but yeah, but he was saying, he was like, obviously, he's like, I'm able to do that so often now because he was like, or stay at home a lot longer in general. He was like, is because he's like, our workload is significantly lighter than when I first started.
That's what I was saying about it before, is that I don't think they should do live shows to the detriment. I think that people who want to do the shows should be able to do them, and those who don't. They should have them, but it should be on a volunteer.
Huh. People are outside. What's going on?
Tiff, you there?
And maybe her Wi-Fi. Her Wi-Fi's been tripping this week.
Yeah, I think it's her Wi-Fi. The
Oh,
Triple A champion. I haven't heard someone say that in a while. I miss them saying that actually.
they low key be slide like Dom will low key slide on heavy because he'll say the AAA Mega Champion, but in promos he'll kind of say like Triple A. It'll be low key. That's what I've peeped when he say it in Spanish. And thank yo.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
I would love to go to AAA.
I was just thinking about that while I was
I don't
watching it
want heat.
earlier.
I want you heat. Sorry, me no habla español. Oh,
Sorry, Wi-Fi cut out. Apologies.
No, you're fine. Oh, I need to go back inside. These ghetto ass cars out here bumping music.
All right. So I have another question. AAA has a lot of WWE main roster guys coming in, and also you've got some NXT girls too coming in, but they're very subtle about the NXT girl. coming in. The only one I can remember is Lola, and then main roster wise, it was Chuck. The War Raiders are your champions. Dominic Mysterio is the mega champion. Omos has come back and he is over in AAA as well. Is AAA going to stay on brand being a lucha promotion, or do you think that they are slowly transitioning to having them as a WWE C style show?
Um, as we see in the past, it would suit them better to just kind of loop this one in because
Mhm.
205 Live was cool. Like all the Substack shows were cool. It's when they start to put it within the shows, it's when kind of shit kind of got a little murky because what I see when y'all try to, let's say 205 Live, for example, when they put that inside of Raw, it was kind of like, was so you can make time for the shit that you want to make time for. It's just never the women.
Uh-oh.
You created a whole 15, 20, 30-minute slot just for 205 Live. Ropes purple and everything. You make time for what you want to make time for. So it's kind of like an eyesore in that kind of sense for those of us who want more for the women, who want more for the tag division and stuff like that. You put that in, you make time for it, you find the time for it because you never had no time for what you say. These your words, not ours. You never had time. It's hard to find time to put certain stuff in certain places, but you find the time out of nowhere to do what you want to do. So I think it would serve better if you leave it to where it is, to where it was like you had an ECW, a WCW, because whereas yeah, it's a byproduct, it's grandfathered in, it don't feel the same, it don't look the same as the other three
Okay.
shows.
Gotcha. So now that we are good on um AAA, so look, that week that was set up after Night of Champions went like this. So that Monday, we had a lot of back and forth for everybody, so you could just make sense. This is where you solidified Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins matchup between each other. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, y'all. We also saw that Raquel weaseled her way into a title shot against um Soruka, and there were some other things that went down. Oh, Brock Lesnar in a situation came out. And Brock Lesnar made it very clear that he was happy for Femi that he won at King of the Ring and everything and all that other bullshit. He was like, yeah, it's great. We love that for you. But I heard you've been talking shit about me and I don't watch the show, but I had my side guy tell me everything that you've been saying. So he was like, talk shit, get hit. And he basically kicked the man in the balls and F5'd him and walked away. Now, Obafemi made it very clear to him. He was like, you always do this. This is your MO. You're a coward and you're still a bitch. But he was like, since you want to keep attacking me, let's go ahead and make the match now or we can end this shit now. You and me, SummerSlam. Now, put a pin in that because he has a match at SummerSlam already. He was supposed to be picking his challenger or the number one. He's supposed to be the number one contender for whatever title he wanted to challenge for. Okay. Now, he decided to forego that and completely hyperfixate on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar upped the ante and was like, no, we're going to have the match. Outside of Liv Morgan and Io Sky, that was one of the first matches solidified. So you have Liv Morgan and Io's match ready to roll. And then, well, that's not the match we want to talk about. We have Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi's match set. Later on in the night, we ended up getting this match set, which is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins matchup set up for SummerSlam. Now, all of this happened in one night on Monday. We fast forward to I want to say that the Street Profits got the title that night as well. Am I wrong? Or they were they were already champion. Street Profits were already champion at that point. Joe Hendry did some type of concert and they were fighting in the ring with Austin Theory. Joe Hendry ended up beating Theory, if I recall, and that caused a big controversy with the excited, told everybody that was disrespecting him to kiss his ass because he was champion. And that caused Cody to come out and, shake his hand and tell him he is happy for him. And then he requested, or rather Sammy requested, that he tell him exactly what he wanted. Didn't get the chance to because Gunther came out there. So there was a lot going on. Well, it wasn't Gunther. It was, who was it that came out there that Friday? Somebody came out.
What?
It was Friday? It was the Friday before this past Friday. It was Jey Uso who came out there. It wasn't Gunther. They both were going after Sammy for a title shot because, like I said, Oba Femi abdicated his title shot. Rather, he put it on hold. He didn't say, I'm not going to use it. He basically said, we'll hold off on that because I want it. I can use it whenever I feel like it. At least that's what he's saying, which was a little confusing to some of us because the whole point of King and Queen of the Ring is to have a guaranteed shot to SummerSlam. But now we can use the title shot when you happy. Now, fast forward to this Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw had a few things, okay? Hold tight. Let me get my notes. On Friday, that following SmackDown, Adam Pearce was head of the show. And I told you earlier it was because Gunther and Nick Aldis were on suspension pending investigation. Now, Adam Pearce headline was running SmackDown and decided to book a championship match for Monday Night Raw. And that match was going to be against Cody Rhodes. There was no, change. There was no nothing. And Sammy had to defend his title. Literally 9 days after getting it, he had to defend it, which is unheard of. None of the champions that we've had in the past, including CM Punk, have had to defend their titles that quickly in that turnaround time. So it's a little unfair. But
not since 2011, I believe.
It's been a minute regardless.
Yeah. So he was obviously preparing to face off against Cody. Anybody harm or fuck up something that you booked. But this is Adam Pearce that we're talking about. He rarely thinks things through, I've noticed. So Gunther attacked Cody, so much so that Cody was not cleared to compete, which means Cody Rhodes was not going to be the one that Sami Zayn defended his title against. Take a guess at who he defended his title against, seeing as how they were in Chicago. And they gave the man this grand dom entrance. It was insane. He was literally coming from the parking lot into the arena, and then they hit his music. It was some Goldberg level shit. I will say that. Anyways, it was CM Punk who he ended up defending his title against, and Sami Zayn clearly wasn't happy. Um, as the show progressed, they had a very hard hitting match. It didn't look like CM Punk was going to win, but given the fact that it was the anniversary Chicago when he had it, um, and he ended up leaving after that and never came back. And this is the anniversary of that. So, of course, they were going to capitalize on it. And he got the title. So now he is the WWE Undisputed Champion. Raquel Rodriguez lost her title match against Sol Ruka. She did not best her, and that was due to EO Sky coming into the show to even the odds, because Raquel, not only was Raquel in the match, but she was also having her homegirls surround the ring, causing enough of a distraction that Sol Ruka could possibly lose. EO came out and evened the score and got rid of all the riffraff. Okay. Now, tag team titles were on the line. The Vision, Braun Breaker and Austin Theory were told by Paul Heyman if they didn't bring the tag team titles back, that they had no place to come back to. And Maxine Dupree turned heel and low blowed Dawkins, and this gave them the opportunity to pick up the win. And then you see titles back. Sure, whatever makes you happy. Personally, I feel like you should have did that at SummerSlam. It would have had major impact at SummerSlam, but they chose to do it early. So live your best life. Jacob Fatu attacked LA Knight. This was after, I believe, this was after Jimmy attacked.
Yeah.
Jimmy had attacked him that night, and then LA Knight was looking for him, and then Jacob attacked him. So it was a double. LA Knight had a rough night because at the beginning of the show,
he just ran up.
yeah.
He said, "Hey, that's where you fucked up at. Don't say hey. Just
say nothing. You should just got
beat up anyway, but you would have got some licks in at least.
At least. The beginning of the show started off with Rollins. Rollins came out to cut a promo, and LA Knight wasn't trying to hear it. He basically was like, between you and that motherfucking Samoan tribal chief, I've been having hell to pay. And I'm sick of both of y'all. I'm tired of it. And so Rollins was like, I just don't have time for you. I just don't. I don't have the time for you and your bullshit. If you want a title shot once I get done with this and I actually get this championship, which I know I am, then you'll be the first one to get one if I beat him at SummerSlam. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my face. And that's when Jimmy attacked LA Knight. And that's where it went.
Now can I also say that Paul Heyman ate their ass up?
I mean, yeah, he did.
After they won, he got them together, and he said, "Maxine's the only one pulling weight."
Glad somebody doing something around here. He said, "Thank you." Oh, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Maxine. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, we love a good bird.
But that's right, Penguin Man. Set them straight.
I think, you know where I think this is gonna go? Where? I think because you could tell Braun Breaker looking at him sideways now. But also I think that he's gonna make Maxine like his little protege.
Yeah, which I don't mind.
Yeah, which I think which I will appreciate because I think he's gonna see, and obviously with her previous when she had was it Maximale models or whatever, he's gonna see, he's like, okay, she's the only one who knows how to do some moving and shaking. I gotta make sure I set her up because she's gonna keep them together while I deal with Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that he will just defer all of that shit to her when it comes to the vision,
Yeah.
which
Them
is
heels
fine.
better be a nasty work. I know that's Maxine.
Oh, I can't wait. Them outfits about to be tea. And I know it's like kind of like who was it? Who was it online? Who was I talking to? Mimi? Yeah, Mimi Childs. Shout out to her, also part of um Black Wrestling podcast. And she tweeted, she basically, sorry to spearhorn a question into here that we didn't previously question, but this came up, so
You're
this popped up in my mind, so I was like, I wonder what they think about it. She tweeted out a picture which I agreed with, and it was obviously with Theory and with Theory and Maxine, and she was saying like, why do I like this a lot better, or why I'm like fucking with this even though I don't really like the vision. I was like, I'm
yeah.
fucking with like them as like a unit, and I see it more than Liv and Dom. And what I said, I think it's because where she's like, why is this so T to me and not like Dom and Liv never was, even though they've been together in kayfabe for like ever at this point. And I said that they, regardless of what anybody feels about Austin Theory, he is a very nice looking young man.
He all right.
As like in a spear, like he's a very nice looking young man. Maxine is also very beautiful. My thing is, I said, I think because they're naturally can ooze a sex appeal without trying too hard. That's why I can't get what Liv sometimes when she does stuff, because I feel like she's trying too hard to be sexy.
You be looking strong out, babe.
Yeah, like
Trying
it's
to tell you.
like when she does like the hip thing, I was like, you have never done. Yeah, mind you, obviously she's a heel and blah blah at this point, but it's like to the fact where it's like you could tell like she's truly playing a part. Where
I
Mm-hmm.
think
yes,
that it's
Maxine,
how they got together though.
yeah. So
The-
what is your guys' take on that?
I think it's how they got together. So you have to look at how Liv Morgan weaseled her way into the Judgment Day and into Dom. She enticed him, she seduced him, if you care. And it to most women, that's not gonna look hot. It's just not. It's not gonna be appealing. And Liv Morgan is very, oh my god, Daddy Dom, love you, Daddy Dom. It's annoying. It's not attractive. Furthermore, we don't really, the dynamic between people. So it's easier to digest. Dominic Mysterio was not somebody that I would have deemed attractive originally, but as he's gotten older and like come into his own, and he's attractive in a way to
Mm-hmm.
me. But he doesn't have the conventional attractiveness that you would say Austin Theory has. Furthermore,
Got that
eh,
roughneck kind of vibe.
yeah, he has that. When it comes to Theory and Maxine, it's a psychological thing. Maxine is easily manipulated. You can tell that her character is easily manipulated. So it wasn't hard for Theory to manipulate her. Plus, he's good looking. All he has to do is smile at her and tell her he likes her, and she probably fell for it. There was also a very big gaslighting aspect.
Yeah. I'm going back in time.
Oh, did we lose Tiff again?
Yeah.
Um, only thing I want to comment extra on it is that I don't necessarily think Theory was manipulating her. I think he was just kind of playing like Captain Save-A-Ho with her and Otis and Tozawa in a sense. If that makes sense to anybody. That's what more so the vibes I got from that.
Jesus Christ, I'm never gonna be able to beat the allegations.
Yeah.
It's not my
I
thing.
was like, we kind of, well, not kind of, we knew exactly where Living Dom was going, where it was going to rest. Whereas you have to really be paying attention to the background in order for all this to make sense. But it also took a lot of people by surprise if they weren't paying attention to the background. If their only steam was been going down for the past 3 weeks prior. But I think Austin and Maxine is like real hot. It's real tea. I don't really root for, white folks getting together. But this is cute. I stand. I like it. It's the only exception I get for you getting close to my man.
Ew.
Thank you.
Oh
We'll
my
we'll
god.
see. We'll see how that play out. Let's move into NXT. NXT came on Tuesday. Kendall Gray wrestled Natalia. She had a merry band of douche. Just okay. I'm gonna try to stay on task here because I've already cussed them out on my channel, so I'm not gonna do it over here.
Okay.
Uh, Kendall Gray went up against Natalia for the NXT Women's Championship, and she retained. They had one of the best NXT viewership numbers of the year for this particular show and this title match, so that's pretty cool. Sean Legacy and Dorian won a fatal four way to become the new for a number one contendership for the North American Championship. And Keanu Carver beat Tank Ledger. Nico Vance beat Shiloh Hill, and then Sean Spears showed up and took out Vance with the chair while staring down Izzy Dane, if I might add. It's very interesting. Now, the CW said that NXT drew the best numbers that they have drawn all year. Do you guys think that has something to do with their TV PLE that they had prior to this? Or do you think that this is just them finally solidifying their place and becoming the healthiest, quietly the healthiest brand in all of WWE right now? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just listening.
Oh, okay. I asked you a question.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Can you
It's
rephrase
fine.
that again? Sorry. I was like,
It's fine. It's
I completely blanked. What was the question again?
the best numbers they've drawn all year for this
Oh
show.
yeah, you said was oh yeah, correlation. I'm stupid. Yeah, correlation to the match. Um I hate to say it because they love that new girl. They love that little flavor of the month, so I'm not necessarily like surprised. And I think especially of a lot of the fans that are very hard up on her, also made sure to watch, I think, to also like quote unquote prove a point.
Ah, okay. Well, the title changes in WWE was not the only title changes in the IWC because on Wednesday, AEW's Beach Break, Kenny Omega has become the new AEW World Champion. Now, there was a stipulation attached to this match. If Kenny
Period.
Omega if Kenny Omega lost, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. This was a career defining match and there was no takebacks. Now, the finish of this match, they claim title and the ref took it away. MJF pulled out his dynamite diamond ring and Will Ospreay sprints down and ripped it off his finger. The ref was distracted. Omega had the belt in his hands. He looks at it and throws it away. He decided he was not going to cheat. MJF low blows him and then cracks him with the belt anyway. And Omega kicked out and won. 3B triggers. He hit a one-winged angel. A new champion has emerged, and this is Kenny Omega's second title reign. The graphics immediately hit Omega versus Ospreay, all in London and Wembley. This is going to be very interesting.
I'm
Now
just
on
glad
the
that fucking belt is off of MJF.
now on the rest of the card, you had the AEW International title. Kyle Fletcher defeated Takeshita, and he is the new champion. And he had Don Callis' help in the match. There was a women's casino gauntlet match. Willow Nightingale returned and won. She beat at AEW Redemption, which is going to happen on July 26th in Montreal. The Death Riders, Ospreay and Moxley, defeated the Workhorsemen. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Chris Jericho. Ciampa attacked him with a chair after, went for a power drill before security stopped him. Jack Perry has re-signed with AEW, if you care. And Dynamite posted that a viewership and demo increase has happened in their time slot. So congratulations to you. Now, the Don Callis family currently holds multiple championships. Is this a great heel faction, or is AEW over indexing in one particular group?
For them, it makes sense because it makes sense because there's too many people in there where too many big personalities and wrestled so well. So it makes sense that they have acquired some of those belts. To me, they have belts, but it's not too much. I think what they got like three, maybe two, maybe three amongst them. I'm recalling. To me, with the fucking faction of like 10 plus people, that's not that bad.
Okay. And I got one more question. MJF's world title reign is over. Was it a success? And where does he go from here? Nicole, please.
Go make another movie that you're gonna get cut, or how Alexis would say, go shoot another movie where your parts are gonna get cut again. since he's such a movie star, and that's what really pisses me off because he's such a movie star. I'm like, what?
He's not a movie star.
Mercedes over there has only done the fucking Mandalorian, and I consider her more of a fucking movie star than you because she was in a Mandalorian.
She was in a Mandalorian. She had a movie too. She's done a movie or two.
Yeah, but Mandalorian, I feel like is that's top tier. And she has been on that show in a grip, so that shows what kind of how I view MJF's little acting career.
I mean, he played a part that he already is, so he didn't do anything to stretch it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so lame. It's good for him.
We're gonna cover TNA, Impact, and Ring of Honor in a double block segment. We're not gonna split them up. Now, the World Tag Titles, the Broken Hardys retained over the Great Hands. President Carlos Silva presented the belts. Mustafa Ali and Agent Zero came out after, and Ali took a phone call and walked off. And it just seemed like he was teasing something, that they possibly could be going after the tag titles. But he got a call, and nobody knows what that call was about. He never said. The main event for TNA Impact was the Knockouts World Title. It was a no disqualification. And
Oh, someone wants to call the house phone. Ew. Hello.
She got dropped.
Oh my gosh! I said that's what I said. So someone called the house phone again.
Please.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm watching Love Island. I'm so sad about it. Hello. I don't know what else to talk about. I forgot where we left off at.
Last I heard, we're talking about MJF and his
Oh yeah, being a loser.
existing
Um,
career.
I don't know. I think obviously, well, I feel like he's always randomly off of TV for X amount of time, so I feel like that's what's gonna happen again. They're gonna pull him off of TV for X amount of time, and then he's gonna pop up and be like, "I want the AEW." I was like, "No, you're not going after that belt again. We're not doing this right now."
I swear to God, I'll never be able to get through this. Where did it cut me off at?
Talking about MJF being lame.
Jesus Christ. We're moving on to TNA and Ring of Honor. All right. The World Tag Titles were defended by the Broken Hardys. They beat the Great Hands. President Carlos Silva presented them with the belt. Mustafa and Agent Zero came out after, and Ali took a phone call and walked off. It sounded like or looked like he was teasing something. Friend and the former champion. Leon Slater and Ricky Sosa are climbing through the ranks of the tag team division. They defeated the Righteous and the System in a triple threat match. And it seems like their alliance is a formidable tag team, and they might be going after the tag team titles. The Knockouts TV title tournament, round one, Indy Hartwell faced off against Vicky Venuto. She defeated her. She advanced. Jody Threat faced off against Gabby Forza, and Jody Threat defeated Gabby Forza. She also advanced. The King's Speech. Moose called himself the face of the franchise and challenged Frankie Kazarian. Kazarian ducked it and decided to pass him off to AJ Francis instead. And Elijah has declared he's going after the World TNA Championship. In Ring of Honor, Club, on Honor Club, you had the crew is done. According to Action Andretti, the group is ending or is over because Leo Rush decided he wanted to be a creepy monster. There's a Rosario Grito are all a part of the group, and they debut promising to take over Ring of Honor. During Pure Rules, Mance Warner defeated Matt Maynard. And then you also had Bishop Khan, Mina Shirakawa, and Queen Aminata, The Lethal Twist, Isla Dawn, Satnam Singh, Von Erichs, and the Rascals all winning in their respective matches as well. Skyflight defeated the Frat House. Bang Bang Gang defeated Grizzle Young Veterans. And Bandito,
Who I forgot about.
I did too. Bandito is your current Ring of Honor World Champion, and he defeated Brian Keith. He now has a title reign that has surpassed 460 days.
They love them long title runs in Ring of Honor.
Now, SmackDown this past Friday. Nick Aldis was reinstated as general manager, and CM Punk officially kicked off the show. He revealed he spent months negotiating the move and cut a fighting champion promo. He Royce Keys, Priest, Trick, everybody that's at the top right now, he basically said, if you want some, come get some on his Cena shit. Okay. Now, Cody Rhodes came out and made it very clear, out of respect, checking on his eye and basically saying, I want my title back. And CM Punk obliged. The match is made. It is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for SummerSlam, even though Punk was like, this is Mania level shit, but if you wanted that SummerSlam, so be it. The cool thing about SmackDown was Baron Corbin's return. This was during Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes' match for Carmelo to get a title shot over from the U.S. champ. But the match never got a true ending because Baron Corbin came in and attacked both of them. Not one, both of them. And WWE has filed a trademark for the term or the name, the Nomad. And it seems like that's going to be Baron Corbin's newest persona. Not going to lie, I missed seeing the end of days. So it was nice.
I knew I was okay with it because I knew there was not going to be a real, in my heart of hearts, I knew there was not going to be a real finish to that match when it started. Or honestly, when they made the match, I knew that it was not going to end correctly.
Yeah.
So I was all right with it. So I was like, I had made peace with it. So I didn't care, honestly.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, that's why I thought it was weird that people were so upset. I was like, you know damn well that was going to end in some weird ass no contest. Like, let's.
Or everyone, you would have had Lil Yachty interfere.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't understand the fake uproar.
Because Trick, it just seems like Carmelo can't catch a fucking break to some people.
But which I can understand about if I didn't believe how that they like see something in him. Yeah. And I know it's building, and it's obviously building towards something. Yeah. And it's not like he just got his ass beat. Trick got his ass beat too. So that's why I was like, it's not like only Carmelo got laid out. I said everybody got fucking laid out.
Everybody got laid out.
So I was like, everyone had an equal ass whooping. So again, I'm like, I said, just be happy he's back because everybody was just asking about him 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Let him come back. This is what he does. This is what Baron Corbin would do. He loves ruining shit.
Yeah.
His whole WWE career is ruining moments for people. Yeah. I don't know why we are losing our ancient texts. Like we're in the Library of Alexandria. Like, I don't understand.
That's how he is.
He loved ruining. When he was Constable Corbin, he was a mess.
He was a piece of shit.
He was messy. Yeah, and he'd had a job that he needed to be doing, but he was being messy.
And I hated it. I was so fucking mad at him.
He pissed me off. Oh my God, I was so mad at him.
He did his job. I will give him that. I will always give you props when you do your fucking job. He does his job. Now the rest of the show went just like this. Balor defeated Tama Tonga. I love that match. It was is very good day for me. We had Naked Finn, and he cut a lot of weight. Finn Balor is extremely lean. I saw every muscle in that man's thigh, muscles in his back. I didn't even know you fucking had. That man is very okay. Moving on, Jimmy Uso defeated Royce Keys after they had an epic moment in the ring. Royce was trying to get through to Jacob to tell him that this is not his only family and he needs to start making decisions for himself and moving for himself. And Jacob is bound by his family creed and laws. So he has to do what he has to do. He answers to the tribal chief at all costs. And it is what it is. Royce doesn't like it and he feels like he has to step in the way to save his brother. Unfortunately, he ended up getting not only beat by Jimmy, but he ended up getting laid out in the end by Jacob. Not only that, but Solo and Jacob were fighting. They took out Solo, and Jacob was getting ready to take him out. And he told him that he had to bring his ass to Monday Night Raw on Monday. He said, if you don't, then I'm coming after you, and next time I won't stop. So I was like, you better bring your ass to Monday Night Raw so you get fucked up. Now, Jay Carter. But Jade Cargill faced off against Alexa Bliss on Friday, and she was being nasty. She decided to make an example of Alexa Bliss because of Charlotte, and she messed that lady's arm up. Now, I want to preface this by telling you number one, Alexa Bliss is double jointed. Okay. And when that lady wants to sell an injury with her arm, she knows how to do it. She's done it before and she did it Friday and she did an excellent job. It was very convincing. If you had never seen her do this before, you would be very convinced and you would like, is she really hurt? Like, and you'd be like, probably, probably. So she really sold that and it's pretty fucked up. Jade Cargill is a nasty villain. She's very.
Uh-oh, that could happen again. Uh-oh, baddie down. Alert, alert. Dang, Tiff's still Wi-Fi still out. Don, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with the refrigerator.
Oh shit.
The fuse won't. It's off, but it won't come back on.
Is it like cold in it still or no?
It just went out. I literally just went in the refrigerator, like not even 20 minutes ago. And on the fuse box,
Have you pulled it out? Have you looked at the behind it?
no, because the fuse is red.
I understand that.
All right.
Flicking it off, flicking it on, and it's still red.
Yeah. I will look in a back, see if there's like a reset button somewhere.
I just want to
Okay, you back, Tiff?
Unfortunately, yes.
You're a
But we don't
survivor.
have that much left.
Hotspot, so it won't cut off on me in the middle of the show like that. Where did it cut me off at? Was it still talking about?
We were talking
SmackDown?
about it was WWE. Oh, why am I blanking on who it was? My memory is so bad.
We already talked about Corbin. Was it? Did I get to Gunther before it cut me out?
We were like finishing up talking about Corbin.
It cut
When
me
you
out
cut out,
before
yeah.
that. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, what else did we talk about after Corbin?
Finn.
Okay,
Tamatonga,
we talked about Tamatonga and Finn.
Jade and Alexa Bliss.
I think we were at the end of that.
Okay, so Bliss is hurt. She is out. Jade Cargill took her out. So that feud is going to continue between Cargill and Charlotte, and I hope it leads into SummerSlam because I want to see that.
I feel like we're gonna get a SummerSlam match with them because I don't think we're gonna get a women's title match for SmackDown represented at SummerSlam.
All right. So the last thing was Gunther. Gunther was upset because he wanted the title shot. Nick Aldis chose to not give it to him. The two parties that were involved in the title shot have already made the decision. And of course, it's a marquee match. It's CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Gunther feels like Nick Aldis is targeting him. And when Aldis decided to give him a tag team match at Madison Square Garden for Saturday Night Main Event instead, he snapped and he decided to choke Aldis out 3 times. I also hope that this leads to a match with Nick Aldis and Gunther. I miss Nick Aldis being in the ring. I remember watching him in TNA vividly, and he was a nasty villain in TNA. But it'll be interesting to see Aldis back in the ring again. Now, for AEW Brawl in the Park, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to run through this very quickly. Orange Cassidy defeated Wheeler Yuta. Top Flight and Commander defeated Action Andretti. Hook and Kid beat Bob and Bobby Flashley and Shelton Benjamin. They beat Shane Taylor Promotions. Okay. Now, let's get to the business stuff because we're almost finished. We've run through everything, and now we're getting down to brass tactics. Sheamus has decided to not re-sign with WWE. He is leaving. According to Fightful Select, his contract is expiring, and he rejected a restructured extension. He was not released. I want that to be very clear. Now, according to Wrestling Observer, WWE offered a significant pay cut. And because they offered a pay cut, he walked away. He's 48 and he hasn't wrestled since November 17th of 2025. He had a shoulder injury in December. He posted a farewell in Irish and changed his handles to S. Farley, and WWE moved him to the alumni section. There is a pattern that Meltzer has recognized, and he called it identical to Kofi. Vets invest in cheaper young talent. He is not wrong. He's actually spot on this time. Because his contract expired rather than being terminated, there is no 90-day non-compete. So technically, Sheamus can sign anywhere he wants immediately after his contract is officially up. Now, MJF was already online calling him out publicly. Fightful says AEW didn't even know that his deal was up, which is wild as hell. They should have known that. Now, there is a story that I'm going to talk about that I don't think people know about. Prime Energy Drink seems to be in a little bit of trouble. According to USA Today, Prime became WWE's official hydration partner in March of 2024. It's been reported that it's the biggest sponsorship in WWE history and the first brand to ever center on the ring of the mat. They're the ones who started it, to have the mat be a selling point to sell out. And all that equity all came into play in terms of his money. Now, Prime peaked at 1.2 billion in 2023. They are reportedly down 42%. They're tracking toward 300 million this year instead of 1.2 billion. That's a significant drop in money. Okay. Now, in Australia, Prime's Australian subsidiary went into administration. It's reporting 7.92 million in debt, and it has against $85,000 that they have in cash. And the packaging supplier filed a wind-up application, which means they're not paying their suppliers. Now, there is a major brand who owns the company. Their name is Congo Brands. Logan Paul owns 20% and KSI owns 20%. The deal with WWE was reported as 2 years, meaning they only have 2 years for this deal to go through. And this C4 or somewhere else. Looks like Prime is cash poor. They're in trouble monetarily.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it has to do I think there's two things. I think two things is that people aren't drinking, because I used to drink Prime.
Yeah.
Even when this is before Logan really started tripping.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't like him, but I was like, it was good. It was a good, clean energy drink as well. It didn't have like a whole bunch of extra shit in it. So that's why I also liked it. Because sometimes with like these energy drinks, like you just feel like sometimes you can even feel like you're like have a hangover basically. So that's why I liked it, and I like the flavors. But once he started tripping, I have not bought a Prime since. So I think that has to do with it. Obviously, not just me, but a lot of people did. Obviously, quite a few people did that. I think also they're not the only one in that market now. There's so many. Even though Alani sort of had, I don't even though Alani had like that lawsuit, even that lawsuit, well, it's technically Pepsi, but they
Yeah.
had nothing to do with that shit.
But
You
it's
know
a lot
damn
of
well what
energy
it
drinks
and
out there now.
yeah, there's a lot of energy drinks in that realm now.
Then you got like loaded teas, the caffeine teas that they're selling. There's the probiotic sodas like Olipop, and like they just got a lot more competition and people are moving on. Their audience for Prime is growing up, and they're not moving into a place to market to people that actually want to drink their drink. So they're losing their market essentially. Hate that for you, but we're moving on. The injury report. This is where we're going to get to Rhea Ripley and her injury. On Raw, Bronson Reed is still having his bicep tear. He had surgery. He seems to be recovering very well, but there is okay.
I know.
Just so we were at the injury report. That's where I believe I was.
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So, like I said, we had Bronson Reed with the bicep tear, Logan Paul with the torn tricep. He has a 6 month window until he returns. And then we have Stephanie Becker with the AC shoulder sprain. There is no timetable on her return. And Nikki Bella has the ankle injury, and I believe she'll be back next week. And Naomi is still out on maternity leave. So now we're at has still not stripped her of her title. This is not normal behavior because prior to this, there have been plenty of people who have had injuries from Finn Balor to Kevin Owens, plenty. Even Becky Lynch, they had to relinquish their titles or they had to um, vacate them for the time being due to their injuries. And Rhea Ripley is being spared that. I don't know why. I'll let them have at it in a second when it comes to her in that title run in a minute. Kevin Owens is still out with his neck surgery. It's been extended, but he seems to be recovering well. Randy Orton is out with a back injury. He publicly joked that, yeah, he's just at home milking it and enjoying being at home till he returns to get that 17th title. Piper Niven had her neck surgery repaired and her neck repaired in surgery. And she says that she feels much better. She
Oh, Rhea, 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 Rhea.
as far as I know, Bianca Belair is out on maternity leave. I wish she could come back so she could take out Maxine. But she's pregnant, living her best life as a pregnant lady. And Sheamus was out with a shoulder injury, but now he is gone. I'm gonna let them have at it for Rhea Ripley before we finish the injury report because there are more injuries across the IWC. But for now, you guys can go ahead and give Rhea all the smoke.
I don't understand why Rhea is allowed to sit. She hasn't even been on fucking TV. And that's what irritates me about it, really, is because everyone was like, yes, Jade's and um Liz's current title defenses are abysmal as best. No one's arguing with that, but at least they're on TV.
Yeah.
She's not wrestling and not on TV. So we don't see that belt. We have not seen that belt in almost 40 days. We have not seen that belt. I don't think that's fucking right when literally that whole division seems like it's a standstill. Seems like they don't know what the fuck they want to do with Blake yet because they don't know the timeline of Rhea's injury and what she has, like a torn meniscus. That's going to take a while. Take the fucking belt off of her. She also needs to be off of TV for a while anyways, so we could miss her or something, or
Yeah.
even kind of low-key miss her, because it's too much. She's too over fucking exposed anyways. And it seems like she doesn't want to be like doing this for a second anyways. So just let her fucking fully sit at home, rest, heal, be gone enough for us to maybe miss her and then bring her back. Because it's not fair to the rest of the division that she gets to sit at home and them not really know how to fucking book anything, because again, they don't make backup because that's one of their golden gooses, so they don't make any backup plans. That's the same thing that happened with Bianca's injury.
Agreed.
Like, I'm over it. I'm so fucking over it.
Don, are you there? What do you think?
What are we talking about?
Rhea Ripley, her injury.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Get in the ring, bitch. I hope you heal fast and properly. I hope that you don't take the shortcut like you did with your shoulder. Give yourself time to properly heal 100% or as close to as possible. But come this Friday, I should be seeing your face. You should be making an announcement saying that you gonna vacate.
Well,
And
I
if you
did see her make an announcement basically saying that, the girls are going to do a contest at Fanatics and then they'll get free tickets to Madison Square Garden. She did say that.
that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying she did make something. She said something.
Don't piss me off, Tiffany. It should be an announcement that she's going to vacate and that she's going to be back soon. If that's not the case,
I
I guess I'm just going to have to tweet my displeasure.
Yeah, you ain't gonna have no choice.
I won't be the only one though, because we're all in agreement. Because everybody saw that video, was like, "Girl, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Facts.
You giggling and kikiing out here with your man, but you not at work."
Nope.
Then they tell us it's a meniscus tear.
It is a meniscus tear. Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all knew that. And it don't take no 35, 36 days to confirm it. Y'all be picking and choosing. And that be the bullshit I be talking about.
Yeah, that's what really pisses me off. They pick and choose who they want to have fucking relinquish shit.
Mm-hmm. Because they didn't have no problem forcing Naomi to relinquish her title.
There was someone else who were like, no, there's someone else who low key wasn't even out for very long and they made them relinquish. Who was it? I'm mad.
Was it
I'm like,
Daniel Bryan the second time?
oh, yeah, that was that was another one, but I felt like there was one more recent-ish. What Willow Nightingale's kind of one, but she's in a different company, so I kind of don't want to even use that as an example. But also, no, that is right because she was gone for 2 months. So no, I take that back.
Well, there are more injuries within the E and in AAA and in AEW. In WWE's NXT, Elio Fleur has a shoulder tear. He's set to be out for 6 months. And Chantel Monroe
God damn, he just
has,
got there.
that's why he had to relinquish the speed title. Chantel Monroe had a foot ankle injury, so she's going to be out for a little while. And Adriana Rizzo is cleared, so she should be expected to pop back up sometime soon. In AAA, we just talked about Hijo del Vikingo having the knee injury. He ends up having to have surgery, had to relinquish his title because of it. Octagon cleared, but she is not cleared to be back through all of 2026. Adam Cole is still on concussion protocol. He is not set to return yet. Willow is back. She came back from her injury. Josh Alexander has a knee injury. Kota Ibushi has a fractured femur. He's possibly up to be out for 2 years. Jesus. Hologram is out with a knee injury. Luchasaurus is out with a shoulder injury. Penelope Ford, Deanna Purrazzo, Buddy Matthews, and Layla Gray all have an ACL injury. Private Party, both Cassidy and Quinn, also has a ACL injury. And Dustin Rhodes has to have it too. Okay. I am going to end it here. So, because I can't seem to keep my watch.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna end it here. We covered everything, all
Literally everything.
shows. Every show we covered all of them. I didn't go over New Japan and the GLP-1. I mean not GLP-1, but the G1 climax. I didn't go over that. But
I
we can
haven't
cover
even watched
that.
it yet, so I wouldn't even been able to comment on it yet.
Situation here, but this shit is just sending me. So I need to get off and give the Wi-Fi a break for now. So apologize for the Wi-Fi cutting out and having the show be so sporadic, but I promise you next week will be cleaner. And we'll go over next week's shows and we'll tell you everything that we feel. And I'll have a main topic set up for next week. So don't worry. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Holla.
Down for the count.